Alrighty, starting streaming now. Hopefully at some point it'll say that we're on. In the meantime, I'm going to put this up. So, hello everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of Blunders and Bothwellians, the Wind of Witch edition. This is the Tuesday party, episode 18, which is fairly impressive, to be honest. Woohoo! Yeah, exactly, wahoo! Exactly, this is what we want, this is what we need. So, you guys currently are you're actually just outside the city of Crownside, having just left it in the secret company of Hiim and Imelei. And you are now outside waiting for your friend Reedoo and Varic, who are still inside the city. Varic keeping an eye on Reedoo, who is in the guise of Imelei, one of the leader's children, who was in a very unhappy potential marriage that she wanted out of, and you guys took it upon yourselves to help her. What a lovely bunch of fine fellows you are. And as such, you had a daring escape plan, and you enlisted the help of a pigeon called Kevin. Mine, Kevin, cake, mine, Kevin, mine. And Wedding Crashers. Yeah. In fact, we can write an entire movie about you as Wedding Crashers now. I think it'd be marvellous.
Crash.
So, Nazi pigeon. Yes! The Nazi pigeon. Yes.
Nazi, he was lovely.
He was very lovely, yes. No, you cannot eat Kevin, because that'll make everyone very sad.
I'll eat later, shush.
What I'm going to do is I will jump back to you two in Imelei's bedroom, but first I'm going to jump to the people who are outside Crownside. Arissa, you have been dressed up like a assassin.
Brunette assassin.
A brunette assassin. Very deliberately brunette assassin. So, essentially, for this point, I will say the time has passed. You have been dressed up. You look completely different. What are you going to do now?
Would I have gone somewhere else to change, or would they have watched me change? Because I'd like to do a dramatic reveal as they look at me.
Oh, you could have gone behind a bush, that's fine.
Yeah, dramatic reveal!
Oh my gosh, who's that in the clearing? Oh, it's Arissa.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Arissa. Okay, so you're all dressed up and assassiny and looking completely different to yourself. So, what are you going to do?
So, the plan was for me to go back to Crownside. And, was it to kidnap or to and supposedly kill?
Yeah,
Drop the
your kid thing, but I think we were going to make it look like it was a botched kidnap or something, so it was like going to frame sharpen rock real bad, and then also people wouldn't come looking for you if you were dead. So
yeah, the main problem I think was we were warned not to mimic assassins, so leaving a botched assassination was a bad idea.
Yeah, I've burnt on the fire already. Even though we do put a lot of effort into it.
Oh, that's horrible.
She's not here for you to know about that.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'll tell her later.
So just quickly for me, all of this is not something that Varic would know, right?
No.
Okay, just so I don't metagame.
Did Varic? No, because we planned in that like living room area. And then
So another plan of faking the assassination, but I didn't hear the update from not doing that.
Yeah, you're still expecting us to leave a note saying that it was Sharpen Rot had done it.
And if that doesn't happen, Varic might try to save it by actually still sticking to the plan.
Reedoo had made the letter and had given it to Arissa to, like, accidentally drop, which, since we met there...
I thought we were waiting for Arissa in Emily's bedroom.
Yeah. So she was going to come and, like, be the assassin, but since then we've talked to the real assassin and he's gone, whoa, don't do the note thing. So she's still going to come and get you guys. Or do
If she comes to tell us, then do it.
Yeah, so to answer your question, Varic, yeah, you don't know anything, so you could fuck this up.
To be fair, I'm used to not knowing anything, so that's easy.
I mean, I could just turn up and go, change of plan!
I would hope that you would, but you never know, you might get distracted by something shiny.
Oh, shiny? Where? Shiny? Hmm?
And then again, the issue is, would Varic actually, be able to listen carefully to what is saying right now?
Well, we'll have to find out.
I like having the power to see how that goes.
Listen carefully, you might get another one.
Ooh.
So,
That takes all that power of decision away from.
Okay, so what are you guys going to... You're not heading back in with Arissa, are you? It's just going to be herself.
I think Felicity, Vitheritas, Swanee, and Hiim are all gonna like hide out in this bit of woods that we're in with the spare horses. Because we
Do you have Matika? Did you bring Matika?
Yeah, we brought all the horses.
Okay, perfect.
put him on your horse, I think.
Yeah. No, him.
Hang on.
Swanee was on.
Double check. Yeah,
Oh,
Swanee was
no.
Varic, Varic was Stealth, Imelei was Reedoo, and Reedoo was Imelei. The other notes I've got. And also hashtag stuttering Nazi pigeon. But we don't need that right now.
As long as they didn't scratch my brand new horse yet.
No, she's okay. Oh, is it a boy or a girl? Is your
Wait, what?
Is your horse a boy or a girl?
See?
I'll let you decide that. Not a problem, you can
In that
decide
case,
that.
Matika's a girl.
She is chilled out in the woods. She had a nice little gentle ride out. She's fine.
Okay, good.
Chomping some grass. Why do I do the facial expression?
She's
It's not gonna.
eating.
No one's gonna see it.
Yay! She's taking after Varic and eating too much.
You're gonna have a fat pony. That's what you're gonna have. You're gonna have a fat pony.
No, I'll
Your
just
pony
make
gonna
it
have diabetes. Okay.
I'll just make it walk more.
That's true. You can just run around everyone. That'll be fine. All right. So I'm gonna take notes now. Arissa / assassin / kidnapper.
Assassinarissa.
Assassinarissa.
Oh,
Oh, I put Astarissa.
Assassinarissa Nappa.
I'm just reading Varric's comment. That does not make it better, Betty. Okay, so Arissa, are you going to stealthily find your way back in? Are you going to just wander back in? Are you going to magically sprout wings and fly in? Oh no, you can't do that. Never mind.
I think going back to the city, she should just walk in. But getting into the actual castle might be more... Is it a castle?
It's a little castle, yeah. Like a little dinky one.
Big castle. A castlette.
Yeah.
That she might have to sneak into. And then get into the bedroom and be like, yo, what's up?
Wait, I did give her a map of like where the guards are.
Yes.
I remember definitely that I did that before we went to the treasury, because I made a copy that I gave to Apricity, and I gave one to Arissa just to be sure that she had like an option for escaping.
Yeah, you did. So you'll have that on you as well, Arissa. So you head on into the city, and you're going solo. Yes, everyone else is just waiting for you.
Yeah.
Are you going solo? Everyone else is waiting for you.
I think, yeah, going solo.
Okay, cool. In which case, you get to the gate. The guards are very chill, just sort of like, hey, come on in.
Someone sneaky wants to come with as, like, backup.
Does anyone want to jump in with Arissa?
Oh, I could come with you because then I could always send Warmin ahead to check out on things.
Cool.
That's fine by me.
That's not a bad idea, hey.
I'll take watch here at camp and keep an eye out for trouble.
Cool. Alright. In which case, Vitheritas.
Yep.
Vitheritas, roll perception outside. Apricity, roll stealth. And Arissa, you're just walking through, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Slightly different stance. Arissa's walk has a lot more hip to it.
Alright then, Arissa, roll performance.
Wait, Arissa was walking with a lot more hip to it?
A lot less hip, I think.
Arissa, when she walks, her hips sway.
Oh, and she doesn't do that right
Johnson
now.
fries with that
No,
shake.
she's got more of a kind of I get the only way I can think of it is slightly more stiff, like more like a warrior.
Can you, just to be sure, let me know when she starts like walking with that sway again? Because after that kiss, Varic might be distracted.
I'll let you know.
Love it. Alright. Apricity, the gorgeous gnome, has managed to get herself into the crowd. She's keeping an eye on you. Arissa, if you pay close attention as you're walking, you can occasionally spot her sort of blending in with either a group of children or just walking, quietly, sedately, but mostly she manages to keep her distance from you. Arissa, you're managing to walk completely different. You even feel different. You're encompassing this character. You're a very different person. In your head, you're thinking, ha, yeah, me, ha.
It's no good bard would create a persona and not give them a name.
That's true. Does she have a name?
I'm giving a minute.
Okay. I've left a blank page in my notes for your name. And Vitheritas, as you're looking around, stroking the horses, keeping an eye out for everything seems fine down here. You're a little bit away from the track that leads up to the entrance to Crownside, but you can't really see anything that's causing too much grief. You watch as Arissa and the gnome disappear into the city, and I'll come back to you guys momentarily. So, Arissa in the city, you head on through. That depends. Where is she at the moment, Vitheritas? You're a fiery go-go dancer.
She was on a torch that was strapped to my shield.
Right where he can get a good look at her.
Specifically, she'll be looking forward so you can look at the back of her.
Yeah, we offered to let her see new places. She needs a view.
And so do you.
that name rocks, Aris.
Her name is Echo. I love it.
That's really good. We found what Arissa will call herself if she joins the Assassin's Guild.
Love it. Oh, I'll say that again to anyone who didn't hear me earlier. If there is anything you want, be it items, information, shops, people, a guild, or something interesting, ask around. Ask an NPC, ask me if you want, and I will point you in the direction of where to go, because there are plenty of things if you wish to seek them out. A couple of you were talking about joining a guild earlier, so just so you know, the guilds exist, they are about. You'll have to find them, and you have to pass their tests to get in, but if anyone wanted to specifically find, I don't know, a magic place, or a school, or a, I don't know, wizard's tower, or a, guild of, I don't know, egg-worshipping dragons, any of those can be found by asking about wherever you are. And if you're not sure, ask DM and I will give you some information on who you can ask.
I found a much needed thing.
Tell me.
The local candy fact.
Definitely. Always needed, always necessary. And I
Because
may or may
Varic
not have
will
included
find
them
his
in my
new
notes.
Varic will find his new keep there.
It's like, right, Varric's done. I'm done for this adventure. I'm here. I'm camped out. This is it. The end. This is my story. But you've got so much more
this is
character
where
development.
Varic
Nope, I'm done. Level 20 in
Varic is
candy.
retiring.
Well, there are worse ways to go, I suppose.
Yes, I want to be Varic Wonka.
Hey, Varic Wonka. Brilliant. I love it. Okay, so Arissa, you make your way through the city of Crownside. Are you just going to literally walk straight up to the Marx's castle and not do anything else as you're going?
I might wander around here as an assassin would know, blending in is important. What time of day is it?
Typing that.
At the moment, it is quite late evening. It's after the dinner time of the Marxist family. It's not quite midnight yet. I'd say it's probably about maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Okay. In which case, I don't think the markets will be open, will they?
No.
No. Straight to the castle then.
Alright. Echo steps through the streets, her brunette hair glistening in the moonlight. Yeah, Reedoo as Imelei slept through dinner, and Varic is unhappy because he wanted her to give him food. Yeah, your stomach is grumbling as you crouch on top of the wardrobe. The rumbles occasionally keeping Reedoo awake as she pretends to sleep. Echo manages to approach the Marx's castle. As shown on the map given to you by Varic, there are a couple of guards guarding the front door. There are more in the main hallway, and then there are some that patrol around random corridors within the building. How did you want to get in?
I could try stealthing in.
You can, if you want, you can try stealthing in through one of the windows on the ground floor, or you can try and walk past the guards at the main entrance.
Walk past the guards.
Rosie?
Pig story.
Rosie?
Alright, I'm gonna roll stealth.
Are you going to eat your hot dog? Because you may. $19. Okay, cool. The guards. Okay, the guards have not spotted you.
I just love the idea that she just walked straight on in and the guards just like, yeah, it's normal.
Pretty much, yeah. The guards, the door's like half open because there's some noise going on further down the road. One of the taverns seems to be having a band or something playing, and they're guarding it from the inside. One's in, one's out, and they're both listening and having a chat. So the door's half open. You manage to pick a moment in time when they're both distracted in conversation. One of them glances behind him to check down the corridor. One of them glances in front to the main entrance, and you turn sideways and sort of shoop into the door. It moves by maybe half an inch, but they don't quite notice. And you're now in the main hallway of the Marx's little mini dinky castle house. You wind your way up through the corridors and the stairs, and you find yourself back in the room where you planned all this planning so long ago. The fire is out, it's unkempt, there's still some rubbish and debris left from your spa day on the floor. It seems that, again, the maids have left it till last and are not particularly cleaning up after themselves.
That was a Arista's spa day. Here's hoping Arista doesn't form some kind of split personality after this. So that could be fun. Rosie, we must talk about this.
Okay. And yes, the window to the room Varic slept in is still broken. And
Okay,
Apricity, because of your stealth roll previously, you are managing to keep up behind Echo in the corridors and going up the stairs and things as well. Is Warmin coming inside, or is Warmin staying outside the castle?
Oh, I just sent you a message because I thought if I stayed outside, I wondered if she could go in through Varric's window. But if I've managed to get through the door, she'll come with.
Yes, if you want, you can go in through Varric's window. You can stay outside and you can look through her eyes if you want, or you can go in too. Which way around would you like to do it?
I think I'd like to stay outside the Marxist doodah, but I'd like to send Warmin in if far away from me.
Yeah, well, it's not too high up. You'd have to stick quite close to the castle wall, and potentially the further down the corridor she goes, you might have to like climb up sort of like a drain pipe kind of job and shimmy along maybe the first floor windows or something to keep her completely within the 100 feet.
I could do that now. I've got like a burglar's pack that's got climbing stuff.
Do it.
And then I could maybe find like a little, like a window that sticks out a bit or something, so I could like hide. If that makes sense.
Yep.
You can be one of those like statues that are on the roof.
Like
Yeah, gargoyles. That's the word.
A gnomish gargoyle. Would you like me to roll for climbing up?
Yes, but you can do it with advantage because you've got the kit.
Hooray! What would it be? Acrobatics or?
Athletics to climb.
Crap! I don't have any bonus in that because I'm weak. Ooh. 16 plus 0. So
Plus
16
0!
total.
16. That'll do, considering there's no one on the side of the castle you have to be on. Mini castle. I want to stress again, mini castle. It's not like a big fortified place. But yeah, you can shimmy on up fine. You can use your climber's kit. You're only about maybe 10 feet off the floor at this point. It's quite high for you, but in the grand scheme of things, you could be higher. And you manage to shimmy along, sort of keeping on the quite luxurious window ledges, which are quite good because there's one on the bottom and one on the top, which means you can climb along and no one can see you through the windows as well, which is quite useful for you. And you manage to keep Warmin within 100 feet of you at all times. And Echo and Warmin make their way down the corridor past the broken window where she gains entry. And you get all the way down and you're now outside the room, which you remember is Imelei's bedroom.
I'm very tempted just to kick the door down.
I
I'm going to be good because it would look good.
Don't do that. That was one of my mistakes.
I heard a strange voice. Whispering in my mind. Who could that be?
It's your conscience.
It's your conscience! He sounds Glaswegian. You better listen to him. They're tough.
Fucking glassy otherwise.
She just goes, what's Glaswegian?
You don't want to know, Arissa. You don't want to know. Okay, so you're outside the bedroom door with a beautiful fluttering little bird beside you. Actually, Reedoo, are you still asleep at this point?
And the whole
Is it?
waits silently.
Also, Varic, roll perception for me. And... Oh, you said yes. In which case, Reedoo, roll perception as well.
Perception, 25 total.
Bloody Nora. Oh, 18. Haha. I love it when I type things and you've already finished doing it before I even type. Okay, cool. So, between both of you, you hear a noise, which sounds like wings, which for a moment you don't really pay any attention to because you just imagine it's Kevin messing about on the table. He's finished all his crumbs and scraps, and occasionally he flutters around the room to stretch his wings and then comes back, and then every so often practices his dead pretense. But you hear another noise, which is a which is a tiny bit of floorboard doing a tiny creak. And you think, oh, someone's outside.
I pull out my bow and will you hear me?
Yep.
I
So
can hear you.
you've got your bow and arrow.
My mic didn't show up.
That's okay.
My mic didn't show up for myself.
Oh, okay, that's all right. So you've got your bow and arrow out. Reedoo, you are listening. You've heard a floorboard creak outside.
Oh. That was exciting.
Meanwhile, Arissa, by the way, what do you want to do?
Kick the door open or
Yes.
the door open. I think I might go with kick the door open. That just sounds like fun.
Okay, with an almighty the door opens and bangs against the wall on its hinges, and stood before both of you in the doorway is a brunette wonder, hair billowing across her shoulders, bedecked in fancy, awesome armour, standing there going, "Huh!" in a very, very powerful, non-feminine, "Huh!" But also in a way Wonder Woman stance is a... Well, you can sort of tell it's Arissa because you're vaguely expecting her, but it's still taking you greatly by surprise. And immediately, as you open the door, Arissa, a minor illusion arrows are streaking towards you.
I don't.
Yes, I'm perfectly aware that they will disappear on impact, but I was awake. I mean, I wasn't awake.
Am I aware of this? Because if I am, I'm just going to watch them. Just be like, really?
You recognise it's Reedoo, and you see the arrows coming towards you. You can, because you do know a little of her magic, you can stand there and take it, and hope
she's also aware that I'm there, you know, the archer.
Mm-hmm.
just a quick judgment call there.
So yeah, Arissa, it's entirely up to you. Do you want to stand there and essentially take it potentially, or? And Varic, are you going to have loosed any arrows, or will you have held fire?
Well, you said that I maybe recognized her.
I think you of all people would probably recognise her, because you would know her very, very well. Are you shooting nothing?
In that case, yeah. Well, at this moment, I think Varic would. Yeah, he'd shuffle his feet awkwardly and look away.
From the top of the wardrobe, or have you jumped down?
No, he's still sitting there.
Awkwardly swinging his feet, lowering his bow. Okay, so Arissa, you stand in the doorway, hair blowing, Wonder Womaning, and your arms magnificently upon your hips, and these illusory arrows come flying at you, and as they hit your skin, they disappear, and it's a rain of. And as they disappear, you sort of look Reedoo in the eye and cock an eyebrow and say, "Really?"
Oh, it's you. Finally.
Do I have the cake with me? Because I'm going to give it to Kevin.
Oh.
You do have some cake with you, yes, I believe.
Is it the cake that was stolen from Varic? Because he would recognize.
I think so. At which point she would look at you and wink.
Look at Varic and
Yeah.
he'll blush slightly more and look away and not say anything.
And then I'm going to kind of scratch the pigeon, Kevin, on his head and be like, "You did a good job. You can go."
Oh.
Mine, cake, mine, cake, Kevin, cake, cake.
And I'm feeling that I don't know what he's actually saying, but I'm going to go, "Yes, cake."
Cake. He is going to eat a big chunk of it, and then he's going to take the rest of it in his mouth, like some birds, when they pull, not pigeons, when they pull worms out of the ground and they have them hovering in their beak. He's going to have, like, a load of the icing, like, dangling over either side and a big pile of crumbs in his gob, and he's going to sit there, and he's going to fly away out the window. And then the window is actually closed, so he's going to... And then he's going to fly around the room twice and then fly out of the door. And eventually he's going to find his way to the fresh air coming through the broken window in Varric's room. And you'll hear a little tinkling where he brushes against the glass going ding. And he's going to... And he's flown away. And Warmin can fly to Kevin before he comes out the window, yes.
Bye, Kevin.
Did Warmin want to do anything before Kevin disappears?
I was just gonna kind of like go up to him and give him like a little nuzzle, like kind of preen his feathers for him a little bit before he left.
Fine, Kevin, fine. And Kevin will then, nicely preened, he will flutter away with his merry cake secured in his gob. And actually, everybody who is outside the city, so Apricity, that includes you, everybody else, can you roll me a perception, please?
Oh shit.
What was that laugh?
Oh dear. I rolled a 2.
Well done.
So clever!
Oh, for God's sake.
You know what?
I get the feeling I know what somebody rolled.
Lucky 7?
On 2 dice.
I think you need another few dice.
We should buy that set of 140.
We do need to do
Seriously,
that.
I've been rolling doubles on my d20s.
That's amazing.
So, hang on. That does make it +8. Sorry. 8 on those, so.
Okay. So that's a
That was
4, an
already
8,
like +8.
a 15. And so we look. Arissa's inside, Varric's inside, Reedoo's inside. Yep, that's all you guys.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
that makes sense. You logicked your way out of that 4.
Yes, I did! Means I have no fucking clue what's going on. Even less.
Okay, well. In which case,
Uh-oh.
only Swanee and him. Actually, no, not him. It's the other way around. So only Swanee and Imelei. Imelei nudges Vitheritas and points up in the sky and says, "Isn't that pigeon?"
Oh.
And only Swanee, although Vitheritas, having been poked, you can look up and see what they're pointing at. But Swanee, you will also see Kevin flying out over the city wall and away, clutching something pale and crumb-looking in his beak.
I would like to have that as fan art, please.
Oh.
And I will say,
Sort
at
of
this
watch this
moment,
pigeon.
Imelei doesn't look like Reedoo. They've taken bits of it off. She doesn't look like her, though. She's still got different coloured hair. But they've taken bits and pieces of it off.
Yeah. I'll sort of look at this pigeon and go to Emily. Well, if it is, hopefully that's a sign that the others have managed to meet up. And that they'll be back out here quickly.
Oh, okay. Good. Good. Hopefully it's not. It wouldn't be a sign anything was going wrong, would it?
I doubt it, especially if it looked like it had something in its mouth. I'm presuming that was cake.
If it had anything to do with you lot, I'm sure it was cake. You should open a cake shop. It would be marvellous.
I think Varic would be our biggest customer.
I'm gonna write a fanfic AU, and instead of a coffee shop, it's a cake shop. Cake shop AU.
Varic would eat all your stock before you could even sell it, but it'd be so worth it. Bothwell bakes, yes. Okay, so yes, cake shop or universe, love it. Oh, gotta love an alternative universe. Bakewell, like a Bakewell tart. Yes. Okay, we can put those in the Kickstarter as well. We can put Bakewell tarts with Blunders and Bothwellians logos on them. Okay, so you guys who are in the bedroom, so Varic, you're still on top of the wardrobe. Reedoo, you're stood still looking like Imelei, and Arissa, you're in the doorway. Kevin has flown away. Apricity, you can still see through Warman's eyes, who is fluttering around, sort of around near Varic. So, what are you guys doing?
So I just briefly explained the change of plan to them.
Cool.
Okay, and just for my out-of-game knowledge, what's the new plan?
Kill everyone!
Also, Varic would be
Let's go.
listening, but like he'd be very distracted, so it might be that he misunderstands. Just like out of game, so you guys know. You added echo, by the way. I just now noticed that.
Yeah, she's Echo right now.
Yes, I'm still currently Echo.
You should
I have
definitely make a character for that.
I might do. Either that, or I might see if I can find an assassin. I assume there's an assassin class and just
Rogue.
multi-class.
Rogue.
Yeah, rogue, high-level assassin. Or you could, if you really wanted to just be an assassin, we could talk about that. And I also wholeheartedly approve of Arissa becoming a multiple personality of Echo. That's fine.
That'd be interesting, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll carry on this discussion. So, Reedoo, Varic, Arissa, what are you guys up to?
Well,
Make it look like it was some kind of kidnapping, so...
okay, but you know what? Varic wouldn't say much. He'd just be stuttering and just, like thinking for himself.
Alright, so can we go now?
Yes, but we still have to find a way out without you being seen. I assume you can just drop your illusion? Your disguise self.
Rosie, I sent something to Kiki.
Okay,
It
looking
might
now.
also be a good idea for you to illusion yourself into someone else because people already saw you leaving.
Let me see. Let me just check my spell slots.
Well, you have been asleep, so...
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, you have.
So I assume your spell slots are restored?
Yeah, indeed. Right, so I shall illusion myself. Brunette assassin. Oh no, wait. That's too uncouth. That's
Sorry,
something
darling.
that you would do.
Sorry, darling. I've already taken that one.
Okay. And I make myself and try to get as close to looking like Apricity as I can.
Apricity. Okay, cool.
Yes.
So through Roman's eyes, Apricity sees herself appear.
Yes. Well, does she see it though? Just like a quick question here.
Yeah, so at the minute I'm using... So Warman is my familiar, and at the minute I'm looking through her eyeballs.
I know, but there's a different reason why you might possibly not see it. And I need Rosie's permission to...
Well, I'll say at this point in their conversation, the entire room is now engulfed in a Silent Hill type grey fog.
Oh.
Without explanation, And completely without either of you having warning, it just occurs.
Varic.
Okay, Woman's gonna fly up to the ceiling and try and get out of the fog.
Okay, getting all the way up to ceiling can get out of the fog, but the cloud does cover pretty much the whole room. You do notice it seems to be coming from, like, the centre of it seems to be where you last saw Varic.
The cupboard.
Yes.
It's coming from the cupboard.
Yes.
Cool
I'm
cupboard.
gonna open the cupboard.
You can't see the cupboard currently, but you can feel your way towards it and open the cupboard. He's not in the cupboard, however. The last place you saw him was perched on top of the cupboard.
But it's coming from the cupboard.
Does that help at all?
It's heavy fog, like really dense. So I'm not sure if dark vision would help.
Is it the fog cloud spell?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
Doesn't matter to me. I can't see through anything. That is a regular light.
Reedoo, do you have dark vision?
I do, yeah.
In which case it will just be sort of light fog to you, so you can vaguely make out shapes, but it still sort of obscures your vision and is a little bit annoying. Especially as you were sort of trying to decide what you're going to do. But while you're sort of confused in this, were you going... So you're staging the kidnapping as opposed to an assassination now, potentially? In which case, were you messing the room up at all, and what were you planning on leaving behind you?
I was gonna mess up the room.
Okay.
I'd like taken her from bed and she was, scrambling like eggs.
Okay. Meanwhile, Varic, you feel Arissa's hand grab onto your ankle as you sit on top of the wardrobe, and Arissa is trying to find where Varic is in the middle of all this smoke and fog. And also through the fog, you hear Reedoo offer to Arissa to mess the bed up.
Is that in-game?
Varic will immediately stop the fog cloud to see what's going on.
Aww.
Oh, you let me edit it.
Because I know Varic and Reedoo bonded, but, Oh shit, she's...
It's not letting me edit it. That was supposed to be a kiss.
Aww. That's okay, we all know what you mean.
It changed, finally. I tried like 3 times.
Brilliant. So, you have felt Vankel on top of the cupboard, who made the fog cloud appear. So now you have an Arissa hanging off your ankle, and Reedoo is stood by the bed contemplating whether to mess it up by herself and what else you can do in this room. So yes, Varic, you have an Arissa holding your ankle and a fog cloud all around you.
I sort of assumed that Varic would awkwardly shuffle around a bit as Arissa holds onto his ankle. But considering she's holding his ankle, he could very well fall off the cupboard. He is not paying attention at all. So I'm assuming that's up to you. What do you want?
Well, I'm going to say that considering it's a fog cloud and that Arissa is slightly catching you off guard by having grabbed you, you shuffle about and she's still holding on to you and potentially saying like, Varic, what is going? Varic, just come here. What are you doing, Varic? However, then something else happens, which does in fact probably make you fall off the top of the wardrobe. And Orissa, you sort of are taken sliding with him in Fail Army style as he falls off and sort of lands on the bed, with a clatterbang bounce. Can you please do a wisdom save throw, please?
Reedoo, that's mean.
To be fair, in combination with what just happened, I think I'll take a fail on this one.
Okay, in which case, big tolling bells fill your ears. Reedoo, how much necrotic damage does he take, or roll it if necessary?
Do I roll that, or does he roll that?
You roll that.
You roll that.
Wait, let me just find my thingy.
And enjoy it! Meanwhile, Varic has fallen suddenly and swiftly off the wardrobe. The fog cloud, is that concentration?
I have no clue actually. It doesn't
Sorry,
say
I've
it in
got it in front of me now. Okay.
It's the fog cloud spell.
It's concentration, so you will break your concentration as the bells toll in your ear, and you fall down.
I'm rolling for defense in that.
Actually, could you please roll me a strength?
The strength?
Yes.
Just straight up strength?
Just a straight up strength check. And you also take 7 points of necrotic damage as the bells toll through your ears and make you think of demon faces and kisses and Orissa kissing demons and terrifying things, and Kevin flutters through your brain, and suddenly the Orissa's kissing Kevin, and then Kevin is kissing the big demon Brakens, and then Brakens and the pigeon Kevin are kissing Orissa, and it gets it gets terrifying. And
so fucked up.
And Orissa's kissing Varic, and then she's kissing Vitheritas, and it's all going crazy. And then she's kissing Reedoo, and with your 16 strength, you fall off the wardrobe, because I forgot this bit. You smash into and break one of the four-poster, wooden tracks along the top of the four-poster bed, and you smash through it and land on the bed itself, narrowly avoiding Reedoo, who stood just on the other side, as you bounce.
Okay, I'll roll up in a ball there, and considering all these visions, cry a little.
It helps trash the room.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Good job.
Where have I landed?
You, still clutching onto his ankle, you have landed on the floor next to the bed. You've now let go of the ankle because he's pulled himself into a ball on the bed, and the fog cloud has disappeared, so you can all see again.
Okay, so we have a weird little crybaby half-elf
Oh.
who's in a wall, but on the good side, the room is trashed. Reedoo, why?
Isn't this what we wanted?
I see no problem with this.
I mean, okay, but no. No.
Just get over yourself and can we leave now?
Okay, so this is your fault, so you have to undo this, and she kind of gestures in Varric's general direction, and get him moving.
And walk towards the door.
I grab her.
What do you want me to do?
Sort him out! I don't care how!
Get some food out, he'll be fine in the next 5 seconds.
Was that water?
No.
Well, you do need to have everybody leaving the city, because at some point someone's going to come in, potentially with the noise you've made, sooner than expected.
Whilst all of this is going on, can I see back through Apricity's eyes and just kind of do a sweep, looking around, making sure I can't see anything dodgy outside?
Sure, do a perception check.
Natural 20!
Ooh, very good. You can't see anything unusual at the moment. The guards are where they've always been since you've been here, and it doesn't seem... Sorry, cut out there. And it doesn't seem as if anything has been particularly... You do hear a sort of very small thud and a little bit of a crash coming from the room that you have been paying a lot of attention to.
Cool. I'm probably just going to roll my eyes knowing it's those guys fucking about.
Okay, Varic, there's a plate of food near the door.
It, and I go, Varic, I think that's for you.
Okay.
Is he still hearing the bells, Reedoo, or have you stopped that now?
Wait, give me 1 second, I need to check that.
I need to change tack.
I go up to Varic. Floor.
He's on the bed.
On the bed right now.
I go and lean over you and whisper, I'm sorry. And then I walk towards the door again.
Oh my god. I assume I didn't hear that, but if she did, she'd be like, oh my god.
I don't know, Reedoo, did she hear you?
It's okay.
I think she whispered, so...
No, probably not then.
So, out of character. Oh my god. She apologised.
It's
Holy shit.
It's okay.
Please.
It's okay. Just go ahead. I'll be there shortly.
Who the hell is beeping?
Horns.
That's outside my hotel.
Horns in the deep.
Myself for the minute.
It's okay, it's what Varic was hearing in his head.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of switch back into Arissa, and she goes over to Varic and just gives him a kiss on the cheek.
Oh.
That does sort of help.
Damn!
And
Varic will now sit up and go like, it's okay, just go ahead, I'll be there shortly.
And as if in Sailor Moon, Varic sits up sort of, swirly, 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 you know, as if he was going to have magic armbands and a big poofy skirt appear, that's what would have happened.
I would also like that as fan art too.
Duly noted.
Varic.
Alright, so Varic has said you guys can carry on ahead. So are you two going to head off, leaving Varic?
I'm going to head towards the door as Arissa hits swaying, and then kind of as she steps through the door, she switches back to Echo.
Okay.
I shall be looking at her as she walks out of the room.
I hate to have you leave, but I love to watch you go.
Yeah.
Varic, arm stretched towards the door. Oh. Looking sad.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys close the door. Are you going to close the door behind you, or are you going to leave it open?
I'm not out yet. So
Okay.
now that Arissa is out the door, I go towards Varic and I help him off the bed.
Oh.
Thank
Try
you.
to support him and walk towards the door.
Thank you. I just need a second, and then I'll be I'll be with you then.
Okay, then I walk and I. I leave the door open.
Okay. To be fair, it probably looks quite good to have the sort of smashed up room and the door that's quite clearly been banged open, because it will have like a sort of rut in the wall now where it's sort of doof, doof, doof into the wall. The plate of food has obviously disappeared, and Varic takes a quick run up and boings out of the window. Are you going to open it beforehand, or are you going to just bounce? Are you going to just bounce out the window?
I intend to break it.
Okay.
I intend to break it.
Okay. You guys hear the smashing of glass, and as you turn around, you see the elf's butt as he boings out the window, followed swiftly by a Warman who streaks behind him. And actually, Pristity, given where you are at the moment, you will hear the smashing of glass, and you will see Varic coming tumbling out of the window. Varic, can you?
It's only 2, 3, 4.
Only. Could you please roll me an acrobatics check?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, while keeping both hands across his lap. Yes.
That's fun.
Oh dear.
I rolled a 20, but not natural.
Hey, that's still good, man. That's still good. Okay, Apricity, and Warman, obviously. As Warman circles and comes back to you, and you start to shuffle down and jump back onto the floor yourself, you hear a smash of glass, and you see some tinkling little shards of glass fall past you, as from the room you've been paying so much attention to, the hangry elf darts out the window, and you see a flash of some green and some dark hair, and a tumble over himself, and he lands all sort of in like a hunch. He lands with his legs completely crouched up and his hands either side, sort of like
Superman landing,
and sort of then bounces to his feet, and puts his hands on his hips as if mimicking Orissa's assassin earlier. Ta-da! And then he realises that no one's really around to see him. But then you do spot the familiar gnome, who is sort of looking at you as if to say, "Ha!"
I'll give it a little wave.
Give him a slightly confused thumbs up, and then jump down to wherever he's landed.
Did we not need to wreck the room and make it look as if there was a kidnapping and a fight?
To be
Now
fair,
there's even tracks of them leaving out 2 ways.
There you go. Everyone's going to be so confused.
And I get to make a cool exit.
to be fair, I think between everything you've done, it does look fairly wrecked. So I think you're being okay. Mic drop out the window. Okay, so just in general, to get you guys out, can I have a stealth roll from Orissa, Varic, Apricity, and Reedoo, Orissa, Varic, and Apricity?
Wait, do I get a stealth roll after that?
Well, yeah, because anyone who heard the window smash will have heard it from upstairs, and there's no guards around this side, so they won't necessarily have seen you. This is for you getting out of the city.
Wait, and it's a stealth roll.
Yes, to get out of the city.
I am excited because I like stealth.
But I think at this point it would be good for Orissa to be for Echo to be seen a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll do that as it wasn't a fail, it's more you were sort of trying to have her seen a little bit.
Yeah. She's acting being stealthy.
She's acting, pretending to be stealthy-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Alright, so, Varic, you managed to get out of the city just fine. Nobody sees or recognises you. The same with Reedoo and Apricity. Albathertash, you're a terrible, terrible, terrible paladin. Orissa, or Echo, you do get seen a little bit. Are you going to deliberately be seen sort of moving away from the castle, but not so much so that someone would immediately think you were suspicious?
Good. Just an echo of someone.
Just an echo. Awesomes. Ooh, okay. Alright. Okay, so you guys make it out of the city. Those of you who are waiting outside with the horses and everything, eventually you are rejoined by your fellows, your camaraderies, and they come trotting up to you victoriously. Varic comes first with Apricity and Warmin, followed about 5-10 minutes later by Reedoo, and then a couple of minutes behind them is Echo. And you're all back together in the sort of hidden area that's far enough away from the city that you can talk without being seen.
Yay.
Okay, so what was your plan from here? You talked last time about sending Imelei and Hiim off. Did you finalise where you want to send them?
I thought we said Arrow's Head and then off to Risha.
Yeah, we'd kind of talked about sending them to...
I'm just really shaking my head.
Is that Apricity or is that Nibble?
Yes.
Oh my god! It comes in stereo. For the love of Helm, let there not be surround sound.
Fucking love D&D. It's ridiculous.
D&D is only as good as its players and DM.
Yeah, and that's why we're having a fart war.
Oh my god. I'm just going to shuffle slightly away from the fighting.
Farting F sharp.
I'm just taking into account that I've got a very, very flamey...
Oh. No. It is really highly flammable as well. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway. So, alright. Power fart. See, you can use this in the final epic battle you guys have. This is all culminating to a point. It's fine. So, you guys, are you going to send these two off? They're all packed and ready to go. It's the middle of the night, so they are now ready to go. So Imelei and Hiim say their
Middle
goodbyes.
of the night, doing the flame fart.
Yeah, they sort of take this as their time to leave. They thank you again. Imelei takes all of your hands one by one and individually says, I thank you so deeply for everything you have done for us. And Hiim stoically shakes your hands and thanks you for helping him to be with the woman he loves. And they have promised you already, but they promise you once again that they shall let you know somehow when they are safe. And I believe the phrase you told them to use was, the weather is fine here.
Yes.
So they will at some point attempt to let you know that they are safe by passing on that information to you. And you've given them another horse, haven't you? You gave them another horse, didn't you? Like you got a spare one. I believe that was what you said.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, I think we had a spare. If not...
We now had a spare.
If not, you know how to
We'll
spare. It's
pretend
fine.
that I stole one on my way out.
Sure. DM approves. I'm sure it was mentioned last time, and if you've mentioned it, the DM remembers it, so don't worry about that. So you give them a horse, and him pops Emily on the front, jumps on the back, and they ride off into the distance, looking back for one last wave as they disappear into the dark and follow. They're not staying to the path, they're staying near it so they can follow it but not directly upon it. And they disappear off into the distance, potentially to never be seen or heard from again.
I'm gonna surreptitiously wipe a tear away and hope that no one...
Ah, the gnome very, very subtly wipes a tear from the corner of her eye and then farts to cover it up. Arissa is waving, Vitheritas is waving with his hammer. It's all lovely. Reedoo's rolling her eyes. Just,
What else would we expect?
whatever.
Just finally gone.
I'm going to look at the others and go, I think they've got the right idea. Let's clear out of here before the search parties start looking.
I should probably get changed.
I'll help. I mean, what?
I mean, sure, okay.
I'm good at undoing things. Rosie, from here, how long it would take for us to get to Laylee?
Yes.
We got like a rough idea?
Yes. Let me just double check my notes so I don't tell you the wrong thing.
Like, yes, we have a rough idea. What is it? I don't know.
A long time. Well, because you're at Crownside, to get to Laylee on horseback, it would probably be about 2-3 days on horseback. Probably closer to 2 if, I don't know why I'm pointing, none of you can see, but you see the road goes up to Pastime and then along to Laylee. If you cut across country and didn't go through Pastime, if you went in a straight line, and you can follow with Arissa's goggles, you can follow like the dust trail, which seems to go like in that direction as well. You can go in a straight line and cut your journey down, so it'd be about 2 days, just under. One sleep, apart from tonight.
So it's pretty much like midnight-ish now, I reckon. So,
A little after, I think, maybe.
yeah. So do people want to travel a little bit and then set up a camp, or do we want to travel through the night and get as far away from Crownside as possible?
I reckon if we travel far enough that we can set up a camp, we can at least set watches.
And it
What about
makes
leaving
sense
now?
for us to be that amount of distance away instead of as close as we are.
Could we make it to the bottom of the Greenwoods and go and hide in there? Because I know that Varic's good at hiding things if he's in forest.
You certainly could
we
do.
do have to keep in. We do have to keep in mind that there's an entire village of werewolves there.
Oh yeah, them. Although they went mysteriously quiet as we left, they could have all been killed by something. Probably better risk it though.
You know what? I know that there's nothing of worth in there, so you're more than welcome to try, but I must stay on the edge of it then.
Well, should we go from Crownside to Laylee as the crow flies and travel for like a couple of hours and then go to sleep somewhere?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sounds good, but me.
Let me get changed first. I'm gonna go hide in the bush.
Go and stand guard by the bush so no one goes near Arissa whilst trying to sneak a look inside the bush.
Can I roll perception to see if I see her trying to sneak a look?
Can I roll and make sure you don't see me?
Sure.
Good luck.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh. Okay. The Theratas is prepping retribution, and Abricity the gnome stood by the bush, sort of sidelong glances at the bush, and Varic spots this.
Oh, wasn't doing anything. Doo-doo-doo. I just saw a beetle. That was it. It was
I'll just keep shooting her glances, like glares, more specific. Oh wait, no. I'm not sure if Eric would see this, by the way, because I instinctively went for rolling that. But there's this demon-looking dude nearby.
Oh yes.
Might affect the way Varic responds to.
Well,
So I'm not
you
sure
can
if
you
he
can
has time to
potentially
do
you can sort of glance at her and maybe see that she might be looking, but at the same
Oh,
time
yeah,
you're
yeah,
also
that would
glancing
work.
at the big toothy person.
Yep.
Okay. The Theratas, you notice that every so often the hangry elf is giving you a side eye.
Okay.
That is all.
I love that. That's his all.
Hashtag Miranda Priestley. That's all.
It's all for now.
Okay.
I'll take first watch.
Okay, so Arissa, you are dressed and back to your normal wiggly-hipped self. Apricity, you have instinctively looked the other way as she's got another bush. No, look, it's all fine. Oh, nothing to see here, And all the horses are prepped for travel. Everyone is ready. Are you going to hop on? And Boar's, sorry, yes, and Boar. With his beautiful, shiny new armour.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a little chin scritch and be like, "Oh, you're such a good boy," and then, I love him. And then I'm gonna get on, ready to ride up.
I remember that I trained Matika to listen to whistle commands to like come to me and run away.
Yeah.
Same with what you did with Baidas.
Well, if I go, then he comes to me, and if I go, he goes away.
Yeah. I tried teaching the same to Matika, so I'm just gonna try that by whistling and seeing if she replies.
Do it.
Okay.
Do I roll anything to see if she replies, or?
Animal handling, please.
18 total.
Okay. How far away are you from the horse at the moment?
I'm not sure where Matika is. The group took her here.
So she'll be sort of
That's
within
just
20
looking at the
feet of you.
horses.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sort of you look towards her and have a look, and then whistle. She's currently grazing. She sort of looks up and tilts her head at you, and then lowers her head and goes back to grazing.
In that case, I'll run towards her and I'll hop on her back.
Okay. Alright, everyone's horses is ready to go. Is everyone going to hop onto their ponies, boars, massive horses, mountain lions, whatever your mount is?
Mountain lions.
One day it will happen. I knew it. One day one of you will get a mountain lion.
Can I get a saber?
As long as you can find and tame it, you can have whatever you like.
So basically what you're saying is whenever there's a chance of a saber tooth, I should probably get my animal friendship help.
Sure.
Just like magic it towards me.
I love it. So
Because an
how
owl bear would be epic.
you could get an owlbear, but you'd probably hate it the whole time you're riding it, so
Yeah, Varic would kill it.
I I love it. Okay, so you guys are all jumping on and you start to ride off in the direction of Laylee. How long are you riding before you stop, or are you going to completely go through the night? What do you think?
I think we said a couple of hours.
Just a couple?
Yeah.
That's fine. So within a couple of hours, you can get... Let me just check my little map here. Alright, within a couple of hours, and you're just going to cut across, aren't you? You're not going to follow the path so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we want to be untrackable as possible.
Alright, cool. In which case, within a couple of hours, you come to a rest in the early hours of the morning, and you make camp, and you're sort of on very close to a cliff face, and you can hear the ocean waves crashing against it, like hundreds of feet below you. But it's quite a sheltered inn-nook you found just on top. You're quite far away from the main path. You can see it in the distance if you pay quite close attention. You see where the grass and things have been sort of patted down, and it's all gravel and things. But you guys find yourself a nice bit of shelter. There's some trees and bushes, and you manage to make yourselves quite a nice little sheltered place where you can stop for the night. You make a campfire, and again, the smoke would be visible only in the daytime, and the fire itself is probably hidden from the road because of all the little bushes and brambles and things you've got in the way. So it's quite a nice spot you've got at the moment.
Cool. I'm
Just
I've had a long night of kidnapping. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
I don't have anything to sleep on. That's annoying.
It's okay. You can use me as a pillow.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm gonna snuggle up. Oh, can the boar sleep next to us too? He's not too smelly.
Yeah, you can have like a three-way spoon. The little gnome in the middle, Arissa on the other side, the gnome on the other side.
He farts less than I do, so he's very nice.
And whenever he farts, his tail swishes as well, and it taps you in the foot. Thwack, 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 thwack. Thwack, 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 thwack. So, who would like to keep first watch? If anyone, you don't have to keep watch, you seem fairly safe.
I think Varic said earlier he wanted to take first watch.
Phew. Varic. Okay, and second watch?
Well, I slept, so I can do one.
I was going to say, can't you do short sleeps? What did you do before?
Reedoo did have a long sleep earlier.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool. So, in which case, Reedoo can take the second one, and who wants third watch?
I can get up.
Hello.
Will I get a full sleep if I get up and do the last watch?
I can take a watch.
Yeah, Varic,
you've
you
already
got
got
first.
Okay.
Okay,
Yay.
so Varic, first watch. Reedoo, second. Electricity, third. Oh, sorry, I didn't capitalise those ones. Never mind.
Right. I want to get my spells back, so I want to do a full sleep. Cool. Although, is it a good idea to have a fire if we're like trying to hide out?
It is quite hidden.
Kind of we got a permanent fire with us.
I don't think Narvinier actually creates smoke, does she?
She doesn't. She doesn't very much. No, it's very thin and wispy.
So if
What
we
kind
were
of
just
terrain are
prepared-
we in?
You're currently sort of in a grassy clearing. It's not quite woodland. It's sort of like grassy plains.
Okay.
Very close to farmland as well. Actually, you've got a lot of farmland going on.
Her.
Reedoo's wishing for a very strong wind.
Not another fart war, please.
The last sight the Theratus sees before he closes his eyes is Navenye, sort of smiling as she looks around her inquisitively at the world, and sort of in her dancey way is sort of twirling and spinning and sort of looking about her. Occasionally growing a little bit taller so she can peer over the tops of the bushes and out to sea, and then shrinking down to a little ball of flame, sort of dancing. Fart war and fire go-go. No. The hooded lantern is a good idea, but you're quite sheltered at the moment. You've got a lot of sort of brambles and bushes around you, so from the path at least, no one would really be able to see where you were.
Okay.
So you all drift off to sleep. So Varic, can you roll me a perception check, please?
Yes, of course. 1.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Wait, I'm going to sleep right after, right?
After you've been on watch, yeah.
In that case, I want to get lucky.
Yes.
I assume that means you can reroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a feat from where he was born. You each got, when you told me what country you were from, I sent you a feat that was to do with your fang, and he's got a get lucky thing from where he's been. Because it was very lucky he even bloody survived it. So, what was your perception check, Varic?
Well, after getting lucky, it was 15, and I add 6 to that, so 21.
Okay, very nice. You notice far out to sea, you see a dark shape moving, and after a while it gets closer and you notice that it's a ship. Not a very large one, sort of a small, maybe a cargo vessel.
Is it flying?
No, it's on the water. You watch it slowly. It drifts across the horizon and disappears. If you stood up, you could watch it further, but from where you're sort of sat crouching in this little clearing bit, you can sort of see in the bit of inlet that you've got of the cliff, you can just sort of see as it drifts past and then vanishes. You hear the occasional seagull flying past and circling, going down towards the water. That's about it. The rest of your watch passes unevaded.
I have a thing that I want to do. I think I should send you a private message.
Okay, send it to Kiki.
Sorry, Bertie.
Oh no.
Oh no, I know what this is. Reedoo snores gently in her sleep. The gnome farts. After a few seconds, the boar farts. The tail thwack thwack thwacks. The horses occasionally snore. And in the dim moonlight, after checking that everyone is snoring and asleep, back! Hello!
Big entrances.
We understand the enthusiasm to return to us.
Varic, roll me a stealth check. The DC is lower, given that people are asleep, and given their passive perception that we checked earlier.
So that's 25.
You approach the Tiefling Paladin as his tail twitches in his sleep.
And do I roll a second thing for the second part?
Yep.
I think I know what I rolled. That's
Okay.
not an answer. That's 19. Oh wait,
Warman
no,
is up in
20,
the tree.
not natural.
Okay, 20. Okay. In which case...
Oh, I just remember this video that I need to find. Oh my gosh.
Get on it. In which case, Varic, would you like to say what you're attempting to do?
I'm debating, is it better to wait till the morning?
Okay, well, if that's what you're doing, then sure, you can wait till the morning. In which case, the Theritas.
Yep.
I made it difficult. Also, that video is amazing.
That is how I'm
Someone drop out of chat? Hang on, did I drop out of?
No, I moved you.
Is he back?
I'm now back in here.
Hello. I attempted something, but my push to talk wasn't working, so I'm just going to do it in here. For Theritas,
Yep.
could you please roll me a perception check?
Okay. Please not doubles. Please not doubles.
5 and 5, please. Or, 1 and 1.
I'll take that one. That will be a nat 20.
No.
Oh shit!
No. No, not after what I tried.
And if nothing else, the thing was, no matter what you rolled, something else was going to happen, which was that a voice that you can't understand and a sort of roaring noise was going to appear, and Varic, you feel something very hot and burning prickle all the way up your hand and arm. The arm and hand that's doing this, I'll let you decide which it is. And your skin turns red and sore and blotchy. And you turn and you hear a "Wah!" and you see Navinye has stretched herself from the fire pit and is reaching around you with a flamey arm, and she's looking at you with a questioning look as if to say, "What are you doing?" But you can't understand her. The Theritas, given the nat 20 that you rolled and the fact that you have heard Navinye making a noise which you would recognise, you awake to find the hangry elf Varic about in fact his hand is wrapped around your holy symbol. Wrapped around his now burned and bright pink arm is Navinye, who is looking at him very confusedly. On you go, lads.
You said that there was foliage.
Say that again.
Microphone right now.
You said that there was foliage around, right?
There's a few bushes around you, yes. It's mostly, what you're on at the moment is sort of the cliff edge. So there's a little bit of grass and there's some, it's like sand, but not quite. It's like rocky sand.
Okay, have you got a few seconds for me? Can I use my Mask of the Wild to attempt to hide?
While he's doing that, I'll make an attempt to grapple him.
Can I dodge and hide?
Okay. Right. The Theritas, roll me a strength.
Do I get a dex
roll me a
save
dex
again?
save. But do it with disadvantage because your hand and arm are still being held in a flamey grip and you're essentially being burned.
Oh yeah, how many damage do I take?
Do you know how I kept rolling doubles?
Oh dear. Varic, take 4 points of fire damage.
You said disadvantage, right? That's a waste of 9. That's a waste of a 19. Because I rolled a 19 and a 1.
Oh!
Ouch!
Okay, Varic tries to jump away. The flamey Navinye keeps a hold of your arm. You've now lost a good half a centimetre of skin, which is just burned away. Ironically, your arm is starting to look very similar to Vitheritas's. It's great, you're like buddies now. Vitheritas, meanwhile, has leapt sort of not even quite to his feet. He's just sort of like half rolled over and has now grabbed you. Where do you want to seize the elf?
I'm gonna grab the hand, or basically the arm that's around my holy symbol.
Okay, in which
Oh
case...
shit, that's the burning hand.
That's the burning hand. But you're resistant to fire as a tiefling, yes?
Yep.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah,
in which case
I
it
am
doesn't
not
feel too bad
resistant
to
the
you.
pain.
In which case it doesn't feel too bad to you, but you're now being gripped by not only the flamey flame, but you're also being gripped by a very angry tiefling. Reedoo, in answer to your question, everybody else, you'd be awake at this point because you've now heard a flamey roar, and you've also potentially heard an "oh shit" and an "oi!" and you're all now awake, and you blearily open your eyes, and the first thing you see is the boar's butt with the tail flapping in the breeze. But then you see Vitheritas half leaping off the ground, seizing Varric's arm. The flame Navinye has a hold of Varic as well, and it looks like Varic is trying to shove or grab. He's trying to shove Vitheritas potentially. You're not quite sure. And just as you all take that in, you are all engulfed in a grey cloud of fog. Arissa, roll me a dexterity check.
He is not wearing armor. Can I stab him with my dagger?
Did you sleep
Holy
in your armor, or
shit.
did you take it off, Vitheritas?
Nope. It would have come off.
Okay. Reedoo has magic popcorn thoughts in her brain.
I mean, I've tried to jump in between them. I don't know
Well,
if I would have been.
at this moment, there's a reason why there's a part of you like Arissa is partly to blame for what's happening now.
Great. She doesn't know that, so she's just trying to stop it.
Okay. Arissa, you dive forward, and as you dived, the smoke fog cloud appeared, and you've had to feel your way through. You managed to actually, Varic, can you please roll me what are you using? Using your dagger?
Yeah,
In which case
because
that's...
I can't really. I
That's
can't
melee,
really
so that's
use-
dexterity, right? So roll me a
Yeah,
dexterity,
it's a
but
finesse weapon.
can you please do it with disadvantage?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
2 16s. And I get my dexterity for finesse, so that makes 21.
Okay. As you, Arissa,
Yes.
can you roll me a dexterity with disadvantage?
Okay. Okay. Just straight dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
14.
Okay. What damage does your dagger do, Varic? I've got
It's not much. A dagger is just 1d4.
Okay, can you roll me the d4
Yeah.
for the damage, please? I haven't got the weapons table in front of me.
Do I get to add my dexterity to my damage?
Sure.
In that case, I deal 9 damage.
Okay. Orisa, you take 9 points of stabbing damage in your shoulder.
Okay.
Oh, that was not the intention.
Orisa cries out in pain.
Okay.
I'll drop everything.
In which case, I'll say what happens is you hear Orisa cry out, and your concentration will break, so the fog will instantly disappear. Everyone else, you now see over the side of the boar, some of you, you now see Varic stabbing Orisa in the shoulder whilst being hung onto by Vitheritas. Orisa, meanwhile, in between the two of them, with the fire flame having let go of Varic and now standing, because she couldn't quite see through the smoke cloud, now standing looking at what's going on.
I'll drop everything and then, like, in a mad frenzy to get my herbs out to try and heal Orisa.
Is the dagger still in my shoulder?
Yes. He sort of let go instinctively, so the dagger's still in there, yes.
Okay. So I've probably collapsed to the ground at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna, since now my holy symbol is still on me and hopefully in reach, I'm gonna grab that and immediately use lay on hands on Orisa and remove the dagger. All the while giving Varic like a very, very evil glare.
Alrighty. And you roll for that one, don't you, to see how much healing you get?
Nope, it's just straight hit points.
Okay, in which case,
I
even
just
better.
pull it from a pool. So I lose from my pool however many hit points I heal. Where is my...
Whilst he's doing that, I'll have woken up and minor illusions to shout at Varic and say, "What the hell are you doing, you squirrel wit?"
I can do up to 20 hit points, so
Awesome.
I'm presuming it was only 9 damage, right?
It was 9 damage, yeah. So it's looked like it's a fairly substantial hit for the level you are, but it's not completely life-threatening, especially given that it was in the shoulder, not the heart.
Yeah, so I've completely healed that back up.
Okay.
Also, eyes are glowing solid red as I'm glaring at Varic.
Narvinye leaps out of the fire pit and stands behind Vitheritas, having seen your eyes and doesn't like it, thinks it's scary, but stands behind you now. Okay, meanwhile...
I'm grinning and it feels weird, but... it feels weird because I lost teeth this week, so, you know.
Varic, deeply ashamed, grabs all his stuff and starts to run away. Orisa chasing after him. Reedoo has cantrip saying, "Come back, you fool!" Matica looks up, having been asleep at this point, and looks up and then looks back down and goes back to sleep again.
Useless horse. That's out of game, by the way. He wouldn't say that to Matica, just in case she understands it.
I'm just writing notes, so by all means carry on.
Am I going to have to roll to see if I catch up with him?
Sure.
Or...
Roll athletics.
Yeah, no, I got a natural 1, so... Irisa's probably 2 still in shock. by, you know, the fact she just got stabbed. So she's just
Reedoo,
going to call out.
Is that out loud, Reedoo? Or was that direct cantrip?
Redo.
Sorry. No, I was just talking to you. Sorry.
No, that's all right. Just wanted to double check. Not entirely certain, but he tried to steal something from me while I was sleeping. And then, yeah, everything. I have no idea. I think he tried to stab me and got Orisa instead.
Why was he trying to steal anything from you?
No idea.
Trying to steal.
Did you have
Yes.
food on you and you didn't put it somewhere safe?
Well, that's the thing. He wasn't going for food. He was going for something a lot more important than that.
Oh.
Varic, are you still running? Because your horse is not coming with you.
No, I've probably dropped by now in a bush somewhere.
Okay. Orisa, roll perception. Varic, are you going to hide or are you just sort of dropping?
Just maybe falling over on my back.
Okay. Orisa, roll perception.
I rolled a 2.
Oh.
And I have
Ah,
-1.
okay.
This is going so well.
She's crying.
Well,
She's crying, that's why she's crying.
Varic, you can hear crying, and she's calling for you.
So that's a tough.
Everybody's making enemies today, by the way. Some of you don't realise, and some other people don't realise that you're enemies, but you're all making enemies, and it's terrible. I love it.
In the
think
meantime.
Varic would be very, very torn to actually go towards her.
Well, you can sort of peek out of the bush if you don't want to completely go towards her. Because with her nat 1, well, not her, with her not quite nat 1, she won't necessarily spot you yet. But if you want her to see you, she can.
Yeah, he would probably move to stand up and then realize that it's stupid to even try, and he just gets back down again.
Oh. Okay.
Can I, in the meantime, treat like my arm with, herbs?
Sure. Do a nature or medicine check. Are you using literally all your herbalism and stuff?
Yeah, I'm using that herbal remedies thing that I got from living in the forest.
Okay, in which case do a medicine check.
17.
Very nice. Okay, as you start to heal your arm, it's not gonna quite heal over. It's burnt and it's sore and it's bright red and it's got big welts all the way down it. It goes all the way up to your elbow and it uncovers most of your is it your right or your left?
Right arm.
Right arm. Okay. Vitheritas, is it your right arm as well?
Which one? The
burnt one.
one that I grabbed him with? I believe it is my right one, because I thought all our symbols were on our left.
Cool.
Oh, Scarbat.
Burnt buddies! Except yours is blacker. But yeah, it's bright pink,
and also,
red, and welty. And
also right now the word... Yeah?
sorry, you can roll for healing, but it's as in you can heal yourself, but it's still going to look completely horrific. And you can hear Orisa crying as well.
Which die do I roll for healing?
There should be one near to your natural. If not, then just do a d4.
Wait, so there should be one, and then the sound cut out?
There should be one. If you've got a specific healing kit or thing, it should tell you what to roll. If not, just do a d4.
Okay. Yeah, it was just the weak heal that you gave me for collecting herbs.
Okay, in which case probably a d4.
3.
Okay, then you heal 3.
That's at least something. 13 that I lost today.
Okay, at which point, Orisa, you can see a pair of eyes peeking out at you. And the Theratas has put on all his armour, and you guys back at the campsite are sort of more awake now, sitting up, having a chat, seeing what on earth's been going on. It's still probably about, 3 in the morning at this point.
I'm going to ask the Theratas if he is okay.
I'm okay, but the next person who tries to steal from me is not going to enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think so. I'm gonna roll over and go back to sleep.
The gnome, satisfied with this explanation, rolls over and goes back to sleep. The boar snuggles back into you and shuffles in. And starts snoring. I love how the dog stopped chasing his tail and looked at me when I started snoring. Like, what are you doing? Hey baby. He's off again. Okay, so the name of the boar have gone back to sleep. Orisa and Varic are sort of spotting each other. The Theratas, Reedoo, Swanee, etc. What do you guys want to do?
Well, since our sentries disappeared, I'll take next watch.
Okay. Versi takes next watch. Okay, so the rest of you going to sleep?
Reedoo's taking watch with Verti, she says.
Okay. Alright, in which case I will jump over to Orisa and Varic. Orisa, you've seen some eyes looking at you. You recognise it's Varic.
Okay. So I'm gonna head over to it. I'm gonna head over to the eyes.
Okay.
I'll just sit there. I'll just sit there and repeatedly sound like that, like droning that out repeatedly.
Okay. So I'm able to approach him.
Yes.
So I'll kneel down next to him, put my hand on his cheek, and just say, in a very, very shaky and sobby voice, "Why did you do that?"
I don't know.
Hang on.
Wait, is my mic working for that?
Yeah.
I think it's my connection being a bit weird. Every now and then people go a bit blip.
Well,
I suddenly noticed I didn't get the green ring. Sorry for breaking immersion thing, but I just wanted to check.
that's okay.
I don't. I heard what you said about Verti after. It's all become so messy. I'm sorry.
I heard about that. What? What
Out
do
of
you mean?
game. This is just quickly out of game because this is what I got told by Verteritas. That you said something along the lines of you're next to Verteritas, right after you kissed me. Just some explanation for my actions. He's a demon-looking dude. Arista said that she's gonna kiss him next. You know, her kissing demons. That's a big thing for Varic. One thing led to another, and now I'm stabbing him and trying to steal his holy item and throw it in the ocean.
Okay.
But in-game, that's definitely not what he said.
Okay.
He just
So he just said, I heard what you said to Betaritas.
yeah.
She's still just going to be like, what are you talking about?
Well, it started when I saw you, like, undressing him in his room. I wasn't trying to peek or anything, but I was, having some exploration on the roof, and then I saw that, and then you saying that you're gonna kiss him next, it all was just a bit too much after everything that happened.
Alright. Oh. I don't get it. Why try to stab him?
I didn't plan on stabbing him. That was only when my arm got really hurt. That was sort of a panic move.
What were you trying to do?
He has this symbol on him that means a lot to him. I just wanted to steal that and throw it in the ocean.
And you think that's fair? For something he didn't even do?
Trying anyway.
Why were your friends here? Why would you risk that?
You're right. I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's not me you need to apologize to.
Yeah, but I'm also very scared to now approach him again.
I won't let him hurt you.
I trust you. I guess you're right. I should say something.
Let's go back to.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay,
So I'm gonna take his hand and just kind of release him in the direction of town.
Alright.
I give her a quick. I like go for a quick hug. Well, he's a bit shaky now.
Aww.
Thank you. I'm sorry I messed it up, and I'm sorry I accidentally stabbed you.
It's fine. Just you need to make it to Sarah's house.
It's the least I can. If that's what you want, I'll apologize.
Oh. Beautiful. Alright, so you guys head on back towards the camp. And when you get there, you find the gnome asleep, and Reedoo and Varic sat on opposite sides of the fire, where Navinye is now dancing again and sort of keeping a watch around the place. Reedoo is sort of glaring at the fire a little bit, and Varic is now fully armoured, keeping watch all around him, and everyone else is currently asleep as far as I'm aware. So you two roll back into camp. Varic, you and Reedoo, you being awake, both spot the two coming back in. Okay, so you guys are back. Varic and Reedoo turn to look at you. What do you guys want to do?
I'm sorry. It wasn't thought through, and it was stupid, and it was impulsive. I'm very. I messed up, I know.
Messing up is fine, but don't hurt anyone in this group. And don't take my holy symbol. Ever.
I won't take it, I promise.
Then we'll consider this done.
I'm sorry.
Well, if anyone wants to finish these watches, I think I need to get back some more sleep.
I'll do it.
Yeah. I guess I'll watch before I sleep. I promise not to stab you. Or steal from you, I promise.
I'll be watching you.
You have all right to mistrust me. Here, you can have my bow. Make sure that I won't do anything.
Keep your bow, it's better in your hands than mine, especially if we've got trouble. Don't forget we just quite possibly pissed off a whole city back there.
Oh yeah.
That is a thing that happened. So it's that way that I should be looking at.
Quite possibly.
Okay.
And let's get rest and get prepared, because we don't know what we're going to face.
I'll keep everybody. I promise.
Also, on an interesting note, Vetheritas, as you lay down, still fully armoured, to go to sleep, Nalvinye comes out of the fire pit and makes a small ring of flames all the way around Vetheritas, leaving enough space that you can roll over in your sleep, but making a sort of protective flame, sort of curved wall around you as you sleep.
Mental note, never sleep with anything flammable.
Or fart in your sleep.
I could make a joke about condoms melting, but I'm not gonna. Okay, Varic, are you gonna sleep as well, or are you gonna stay awake while Reedoo has watch?
I promise to keep to keep watch.
Okay, Reedoo, are you gonna watch as well, because you've had your sleep, yeah?
I like how she muted herself just to laugh.
It's okay. We encourage laughing. Laughing is fun. It means people know you've had a great time. Okay. Between the two of you, you're going to be done with the last watch. So Apricity won't need to be woken up for the last one. So you can take the first one next time if you want. And you guys wake up, and in the dawning light, you snaffle together some of your rations. You have a hasty breakfast. You, putting last night's events as far behind you as possible, remount and start heading off to go towards Laylee.
Considering I didn't actually take any rest during that rest, I shall sleep a bit while on the horseback, tying myself to the horse obviously so I don't fall off.
I will also take the reins to Automatica so that she doesn't wander off.
Okay.
You know, exhausted by everything that happened, I'll just fall asleep.
Okay, I'm so going to read that later. I'm not going to go on it now. We've still got 40 minutes. I'm not going to do it yet. Okay. So, you guys riding on. Is there anything you wanted to be doing, saying, etc. as you're riding? I'll let you guys do that now.
Gonna look around and say, did anybody else get stabbed, or are we all okay?
my sound cut out. What's happening?
I woke up and said, "Did anybody else get stabbed, or are we all okay?"
I
think we're
promise
all.
not to stab anyone.
I think we're all largely in one piece.
Are you
Funnily
putting
enough,
Navinia back
Genius-
on your shield just while you're riding as well?
Yeah, I'll strap.
I just realised the thing.
Cool, that's alright. What did you realise?
I think out of everybody who's like been in harm's way this episode, I think I'm hurt most. Even though I did the stabbing and everything. I mean, I'm 10 hit points down.
You could always ask for healing, but I don't know how much worth you do it.
I don't think Varic would have the balls to ask that, right? Like, he's brave, but from a distance, as long as his bow can help it.
Okie doke. Alright, so what's going to happen is you guys will ride on. You'll spend the majority of the day riding, and you'll be heading out towards Lady as you go. If you spend all day riding, which I'm assuming is what you're going to do.
Pretty much.
Cool. Group consensus
Unless anyone else
is
has
yes.
Sorry, I was reading Sabina's thing on Facebook.
Yeah, it's so good.
I have deliberately ignored this, but I will be reading it soon.
We'll make
Dad must. That's just.
there is.
Oh boy. Okay, so yes, if you ride out, then you will be about 2-3 hours outside of Lely by the time it gets to quite late. So late that you would have to make camp, like to stretch yourselves as far as you possibly could before it just gets too dark to safely carry on. So you can stop and make another camp, again, far enough away from the road. You're not quite so near the coast this time. You're not going to be completely on the cliff. I will get the picture back up so I can show the recording.
I wonder how things went in Crownside yesterday. Or today, rather.
Says Arissa,
I don't recommend
sleepily,
us.
as you sit round Navinia making sausages and food.
Why did we not leave Varmin behind, by the way? To, like, see what happened in Crownside.
Why do we what?
Why did we not leave Varmin behind for a short bit to see what happened in Crownside?
If I get more than 100 feet away from her, then I can't.
Oh, that makes it quite difficult to then flee on horseback.
Yeah.
Just like 100 feet at a time.
I'm sure there'll be gossiping lately.
Yeah, this is going to be quite a big thing to be.
Yeah, the prince's betrothed disappears.
Is there not like a person in Lely that we need to like finish off yet?
Well, I was going to say, wasn't her dad in currently? Or am I misremembering that?
Rosie?
Yes, as far as you're aware, her father was in Lely.
With Sharp in Rut. So I'm guessing there'll be gossip there.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so who wanted to take first, second, and third watch for this evening? You're a few hours outside Lady, but you've reached a point where you're going to have to stop because it's getting too dark to press on.
Go on, I'll take first watch, seeing as I didn't take a watch on that last one because of some silly buggers.
Alrighty, so who is taking second watch?
I will take a watch.
I can take a watch as well. I only need 4 hours. But I'm not sure if people trust me with a watch now.
Do you trust him with a watch, guys?
Yeah.
If they don't trust him, he can take a watch with me.
I volunteer for that.
Aha. Oh god.
This is why you guys are my friends.
We're a bad influence. It's terrible.
As you do, they.
Oh
Too
dear.
bad for all of you, so.
Thank you for that redo. I actually just spat some tea out.
Worth
You're
it.
welcome.
Absolutely worth it.
Is everyone down then?
Alright, so did anyone want to do or say anything before people start falling asleep and taking watches?
Oh, I'm gonna take that helmet and I'm gonna try and forge a bit of a bracket onto it so that it can have a torch mounted onto it. And then I'm gonna pass out.
I'm going to cast my minor illusion, and by the light of that, I'm going to sit and do some wood carving.
Aww. Alrighty. Okay. Apricity, roll me a perception check, please.
Certainly, I shall use my foresty dice. Shit, that's a 5. So 7 total. I am not paying attention.
You are too focused on your wood carving.
As long as you don't stab anyone, you're probably doing a better watch than last night.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Rita, I think you need to come stay with me for a couple of minutes.
Can I please?
Hey, that's racist.
I'm just enjoying this. Bear with me. Oh.
Rosie,
Mm.
if Varic is actually meditating or trancing right now for the 4-hour long rest, do I
Okay.
get my hit points back?
Yes. Except
Yay.
your arm still hurts and still feels really burnt and sore and terrible. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so I'm
basically,
back to
one of
full
you
health,
is
but
wood
it's a weak
carving,
spot.
one of you is horn polishing in front of his flamey girlfriend, one of you is getting flustered, fuck knows what Arissa's doing, probably taking her clothes off, like...
Oh,
It's all anarchy, it's all anarchy. It's all chaos, it's all ridiculous.
It's like the sexy party all over again.
It's exactly. You're all reminded of how you met. You remember the first time you ever saw Vitheritas, and he was, in fact, polishing his horn.
it wasn't just him that was polishing his horns that night, though.
No, him wasn't at the party.
Hey!
Apicity, him wasn't at the party.
Who was what, sorry?
Him wasn't at the party. He was back in Crownside at that time.
Ugh.
What?
He's talking about him, the person, not him as in him.
Wasn't the only one polishing his horns.
No, you said it was not just him polishing his one, so I
The...
thought I'd go for the bad him joke, but it failed.
Try again.
You should roll for disadvantage for the rest of the night for that.
Savage.
I don't really do like filtering shit that I... Also, making bad jokes would suit my -1 in charisma.
Yes. Arissa could do a bad joke and people would still laugh.
Yeah.
+5 in charisma. Maximum I can get now.
Okay.
Well, unless you get like a magic item from those.
You guys have got plenty of magic items already, you just haven't examined them yet.
Oh yeah, shit.
So, while the gnome is quietly whittling some wooden toys for children as she hears sleigh bells flying through her head and dreams of a past long, long ago, whilst wearing stripy red and green tights. Actually, no. You're probably thinking of family at this point. Actually, you're probably thinking of a very special, very dear to you family member whose whereabouts is currently unknown. And thinking of this, you get caught in a little wistful memory of maybe the two of you when you were younger, running and darting about through the trees, and you remember the last time you saw him, and then you remember him being gone, and that aching void that wants to know desperately where he is. And all of this keeps you distracted, and you don't hear the cracking of twigs, and you don't hear the whispering laughter, and you don't hear the voices saying, on 3, 1, 2, 3. And then your entire campsite is surrounded by 5 shadowy figures stepping out of the night, and you are all awoken by shouts, and it's going to wake every single one of you up. Narvinye immediately jumps to Vitheritas's side, by the way, and the boar immediately wakes up behind you, Acricity.
I'm not getting stabbed again!
You're all woken up by a shout of, "Hey, hey! What have we got here, lads?" So, you've all woken up, and you've got 5 shadowy figures standing around you.
So he called out, hey, what do we have here, right?
Yes.
Hello, what have we got here then?
Well,
Pretty much.
let me answer that for
But
you.
less policeman-y.
Let me answer that for you. It's either your doom or your chance to walk away alive without touching us.
One of them is laughing to the other one. Lads, they think they can cross the might of Snafu's trained up magicians. I'm going to type that for you.
Can I please laugh out loud at that name? Please.
Yes.
Varic is in the mood of like making sure that they feel, or making sure that he tries to show that he's protecting, or trying to protect them.
Would I have heard of these guys being a bard and in the performance business?
Interestingly, you haven't. No. Which strikes you as odd, because normally you've heard of most people around here, but no.
I'm going to look at them and go, I've never heard of you.
Well, there's no point being a secret organisation if you go telling everyone. They'll steal all our magical secrets, you know. Not the country to be all magic-y in this one, but no, we got taught. We got taught by Snafu, the great and powerful, mystical, marvellous, magical Snafu.
So how did you hear about him if he's secret?
Saw one of his shows, didn't we? Convinced him, got him to teach us. He said we showed extreme promise, and he didn't charge us half what he charges normal people. No, he didn't.
What shows?
He does shows. Have you not seen him? He does mystical, marvellous, magical snafu shows. All magical, but all perfectly legal. Magic, but not real magic. But also magic, eh? Clever, huh? Gets around the town guards.
So magic that I can do, but I've never heard of him.
Well, you clearly haven't been in Laylia recently. He's been marvelling the crowd.
He can't be that good if I've never heard of him.
Well, you'll just have to see about that. How about a demonstration, lads, of the power of Snafu?
As they do a performance, I'm going to yawn.
Okay, I will tell you what they're about to do in a moment. The Theratas is flaring up fire with Novinho. Varic quietly cast elemental arrows, sure, on your arrows. And what they do
quiver.
On the quiver. Okay, yeah, that's fine. What these guys do is they all together pull out from a clinking bag they all each have. They pull out a sort of shimmering, sparkling bottle. It looks like sure. The Navigne grows and then dims and then sort of shakes herself, looking confused, and then just moves herself into quite a large shape. You guys recognise these as potion bottles. They're fairly similar to the ones that you found on that stall. And they all, on 3, 1, 2, 3, and they gulp these potions. And then the leader guy shouts, "By the might of Snafu, we show you our power!" And they are all going to open their mouths and they breathe a massive stream of fire at you all.
Oh, fuck.
Which is 30 feet, so that's you. So can you all please make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Does my save bonus...
Sure.
Yes.
I'm too busy yawning.
Arista's so busy looking unimpressed that she accidentally gets hit by the fire.
Wait, in that case, Varic feels like he has to make up, so he'd probably jump in front of her instead of trying to save himself.
Okay. Okay. Alright, Apricity.
DM, I'm just going to charge them.
Okay, Apricity, you flatten to the floor. Reedoo, you dart out of the way, looking grumpy because a little bit of your scarf gets singed by the flames. The sort of goldy yellow one you've got. Arissa gets pushed out of the way by Varic, who jumps in front of her. Varic, you take... Ooh. Need to find more dice.
That's never a good sentence to hear from the DM.
It's not too bad. You take 11 points of fire damage.
That's not even a quarter. I'm okay.
Don't brag about
Apricity and Reedoo, you take 3 points of fire damage.
Ooh. I have... Oh, crap, no, we're not on level 4. Don't worry.
DM, considering I just didn't dodge and I'm charging directly through it, I'm presuming I take the same as Varic?
Yes.
Or do I take off?
You resist fire, don't you?
It halves it, so
in which
I'll
case you take half.
Yeah.
Is that rounded up or down?
From memory it's up, so I'll still take 6.
I usually round it up, but that's because I'm a harsh DM at times.
That's alright. It just means that I'm now, like, charging through the fire directly at them.
I think Apricity and Reedoo only took 4 damage.
That could...
3.
Verti, you missed a chance to charge through the fire and flame, the dragonfly.
Oh, I'm charging. I am charging through the fire and the flame. By the way, do you remember what happens when...
Wait, what
When
happens when?
I just took damage.
Hellish rebuke.
Yeah.
Rebuke.
Hey! And also, just so you're aware, you have a Novigne sort of towering about 7 foot behind you, who's also running at the same speed as you, because she's now very protective of you.
And what does that do to fire damage that he causes? Because I'd assume that she'd help.
Oh, she will help. Are you using your Hellish Rebuke then, the Theratas?
Yes, I am.
Okay, in which case, do you roll for that? Looking through
yes, I've got a...
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I can only target one of them, so I'll target the closest one. He needs to take a dexterity saving throw.
Okie doke. 12.
Right. If he equals my DC, he passes, right?
Yes.
Right, so he only takes half damage, but he takes 7 plus 6, 10, 23 divided by 2.
So 12,
I believe so, yeah.
which is what he rolled. So what damage are we talking?
He will take... Bear with me. Maths is not my strong point. I reflect
It's
my
okay.
character far too often at times. He takes 12 damage.
Okay. Okay. The guy you shoot your hellish with your cat, who is standing right next to the lead. No, it is the leader actually. He'll be the closest to you if the one you're charging at. He takes the full force of it and goes flying backwards, coughing up smoke. And he is now down to... Ooh, very nice.
He's below maximum, right?
Yes.
Can I shoot an arrow at him? The poisoned arrow that I have knocked?
Sure, go for it. I will get you all to roll me initiative now. Varic, you can have your go, because that'll be like a ching-ching thing, and then you'll all be in combat, so...
Oh, sweet.
I rolled 25 to try and hit him.
Okay, that definitely hits.
Okay, and then damage, right?
Yes.
This might take a while. I need to do a lot of math.
Okay.
Because it's a focused shot, I get 2d6 additional from my acidic arrow, poisonous arrow. He's below max, which means an additional d8. Yeah, it's just that. Oh, it's only 5 die.
Aww.
The sound of disappointment.
Yeah, I'm used to rolling more. Oh, okay.
I have no idea what's going on because I've been way into the fill zone.
Basically, shit's going down.
I just saw roll initiative and went, oh crap.
Yeah. 29 damage.
29 damage to the leader guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, with your... it was the poison arrow, right?
Yes.
Okay, in which case the leader guy is toast. Where are you going to aim? Again, we need something I can say when you get the killing blow. So, killing blow, don't you know? How would you like to kill them?
Fatality.
There we go. We can do that. Fatality!
I think I quite like aiming at the eye.
Alrighty, not a problem. Okay, you fire. The arrow goes as he's coughing up his smoke, and he drops the potion bottle, which smashes on the ground. The potion completely gone because it had been drunk already. The arrow goes into his eye, comes out the other side with a bit of brain hanging off the edge. The eyeball completely smushed in the middle, and the leader guy falls back. Okay, so he is dead. The rest of them look around in shock, resisting the urge to shout, Steve! Okay, so I'm just going to write down your initiative.
I did warn them. Did I not?
You did, to be fair, you did warn them.
I gave them the choice to walk away.
You did.
Always give them the choice, then they can't tell you off. Well, they probably will too.
Yeah, now I can stay a good guy while murdering people by shooting them.
Okay, well, that works at Varic, you're first, because that can count as your round anyway. So I'm just going to roll for these guys. Okie doke. So... Okay. I didn't do very well. Alright, cool. So, next up, we have Arissa.
Okay, I'm just debating what to do. Where is Varic right now?
Shooting arrows.
Varic is probably just to the side and a little bit behind you, having shot an arrow over the top.
Wouldn't I be in front of her because I jumped in front of the fire?
Because I want to cast Thunderwave, but I don't want to get anyone. Is Vitaritas in my way?
He probably would be, but you could sort of step around him.
Because it just says it's Thunder's force sweeps out in a 15-foot cube originating from you.
Yeah, in which case you can sort of aim it forwards.
Alright, I will do that. Yeah. Okay. Alright,
Cool.
I haven't done spells, like proper spells. Oh shit. Okay. See you. I believe it's a roll of d20 and add spell attack. It's the spellcasting ability.
Yeah, your spellcasting ability, which is probably charisma for you, and then your attack bonus, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so it's whatever I roll plus 11.
Nice.
Damn.
Damn, Bard!
That's in damage against all of them?
It just
It'll
says
be-
creatures make a Constitution save. Whereabouts are they? Some of them, like, near the cliff? Because it pushes them back 10 feet if it's successful.
They
Yes,
surrounded us.
you're about, like, 20, 30 feet away from the cliff itself, because you were in a bit compared to the last time you made camp when you're about 10 feet away, but the cliff is still there, yeah.
Please don't throw them off the cliff, because then we can't loot their magic items.
Well, if we're like 20 feet in, I'll only push them close to the cliff edge. So, anyway, I shall roll. Okay. 17. For Thunderwave.
Awesome. Okay, and they have to make a what save? Because that's going to get all four of them. Ah! Okay, well that one fails. And that one fails. And that one fails. And that one got an 18, so that one doesn't. Okay, so you've definitely got 3 of them. So, do you want to do your... Is it just a pushback or is there damage with it?
2d8 damage. So failed, 2d8 thunder damage, and pushed back 10 feet. Unsecured objects are also pushed back. So any like stray rocks.
Alright.
Success takes half damage.
Okay, cool. So roll your damage and then that one will take
So all of
half.
the living enemies are damaged now. They are all below max health.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Right. So 10 damage.
Okay.
And 5 for that one guy.
Okay. Okay, so one of them is sort of knocked onto his back and is quite winded. The other 3 are knocked scrabbling back further towards the edge of the cliff. They're now about 10 feet away from the edge of the cliff and are sort of scrabbling on the hands and knees. Sort of like...
So there's been like this big... as the wave swept out from Arissa. And to be fair, this is probably the first time that she's actually done offensive magic in front of everyone.
I'm gonna say so, Arissa. At that point, like someone who's firing a gun in front of people for the first time, you probably sort of staggered back and landed on your butt, but in a really impressive sort of like, "Did you see what I just did?" kind of way.
Like, oh my god, you guys!
So yeah, you've now got 3 of them who are either on their hands and knees or sort of staggering, like, whoa, 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 and they're like scrabbling 10 feet away from the edge of this cliff. One of them lying flat on his back, completely winded. Next up is 2 of them, and they are going to drink another potion, which is going to have... One of them does absolutely nothing. He drinks his potion, and by the might of Snafu, and he sort of stands there choking on something that clearly doesn't taste great. And the other one has gulped his potion down and is going to fire breath again. But because he's scrabbling, it's only going to reach Vatheritas. It's only going to reach you, because it's not going to get far enough for everybody else. And it's only going to do... You'll take half of this anyway. Okay. Well, it's only going to do 6 points of fire damage, so you'll take 3.
Fired by me. That will put me down onto 28.
Alright, cool. So next up, it is Vatheritas. It's your go.
Excellent. Pissed off tiefling.
Pissed off tiefling takes his turn.
Yep. Decisions. I will. That's actually tempting. No, I won't do that one. I am going to sacrifice... No, actually, I don't even need to do that. I'm just going to take a swing at one. So, full-blown charge at the one that set me on fire and try and smack him up one.
Cool. Alright. Do you want to aim for the one that is flat on his back, or one of the 3 that are scrabbling near the edge of the cliff?
The one that specifically set me on fire.
Okay, cool.
So
in which case, that would be... Like 1, 2, 3. It's number 2. Oh, he's the one who's ironically coughing and spluttering at the moment, having taken a potion that clearly did nothing.
Yep. Fuck. No, we'll have to fetch that later. That is a... Just double check my spreadsheet. Non-natural 20 to hit.
Cool, that will do though. That will hit anyway.
Excellent. And it is a single-handed. It's a D8. It is a D8. Ooh, nice. That will be plus 3, 11 damage.
11, did you say?
Yep.
Sword. Okay, that's 11 damage to that guy. Maths isn't being my strong point today. Just double checking that was right. Oh, that was right. Excellent. All right, cool. He is knocked backwards and onto his knees, and he's and he is now looking worse. Definitely worse. That's your whole go, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. In which case, next up is Apressatu.
Hello. Is there any of my friends within 5 foot of any of the bad guys?
Probably the one I just smacked on his ass.
Yes. Yes.
Did you give him a love tap?
Yes, with the tip of my warhammer.
I'm not sure if your girlfriend will appreciate it.
Cool. I would like to target one that I can get sneak attack on, basically. So, the one that's near Verti.
Cool. Yeah. He is definitely distracted.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow at him. That is... Oh, it's bloody cocked, hang on. 16... 20, not natural to hit.
Cool, yep, that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, 8 damage.
8 damage is still fine. And you're aiming at that same one, yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh, hoo, hoo. Alright. He is now lying on his front. Where's do you hit? Were you aiming anywhere in particular?
I would say shoulder to try and, like, knock him right. Oh, was he already on the floor, did you say, sorry?
He was sort of coming to his knees, like, sort of coughing and spluttering.
Arrow to the knee. Arrow to the knee. Making a town guard.
I'll try and get him in the left-hand shoulder to try and knock him back on the floor.
Cool, okay.
Note to self, do not anger that.
Okay, you thwack him in the shoulder, which actually is going to send him spinning. And he's going to spin over and sort of go, and he's going to land on his side now in the dirt, sort of scrabbling at it with his fingers. He's trying to reach back. He's going to try to reach back and grab a potion out of his bag, but the bag itself has smashed against the ground, and you can see liquid and sort of smoke and tendrils of sort of glittering things that are drifting into the air where the bag has just sort of smashed open on the ground. And he's now lying and he is going to shout at you, by the might of Snafu, this will not be forgotten. And his friend is now going to take a go, and he is going to drink another potion. Ooh, which is going to have this effect. He's going to gulp his potion down, and for a second it looks as if nothing's happened. And then...
I wish I had... I wish I had Vicious Mockery, because I'd be like, all that magic.
Hey, you don't need Vicious Mockery to take the piss out of someone and see if it'll help. Roll charisma. Roll charisma. For a second, it seems like nothing has happened, but then all of a sudden, he starts to grow. His limbs elongate, and he grows, and he's now about 10 feet tall.
Nice.
So he just made himself like 10 times easier to hit.
Yeah, exactly.
So Arissa, with your 23 charisma, what would you like to shout at him?
Who keeps rolling around on their mic?
Sabina.
Reedoo.
She's busy. You remember she was saying she was getting flustered earlier.
Yeah, she's doing the dirty.
Scared of what that rubbing noise is.
Oh,
Wouldn't you like to know?
So Arissa, what are you gonna shout at him? In his
On the lines. You call that magic? That's taking a drink. I can do that.
For his
and then I'll get my wineskin out and take a step and go, see? Genius.
I love it. He is going to, for his bonus action, take a step towards the Theritas, and he's going to say, as he does so, "Do not mock the mighty Snafu!" And that's the end of his go, and up next is Reedoo.
She's too busy typing.
Oh, sorry, I was telling someone about our D&D group, though. Technically related.
In which case, you're allowed. So, Reedoo, what would you like to do?
Can you remind me which one is closest?
The one that's closest to you now is the one who's just drunk a potion and turned about 10 feet tall. He's taken a step towards Vitheritas, so he's the closest to you at the moment.
Okay. How about do a spell called Inflict Wounds, if only I can actually find it. What? Sorry. Wait.
Did my heckling do anything?
It's offended him greatly. And
Good, he deserves
it
it.
meant that he didn't completely try and like smush Vitheritas. It meant that he was just a bit sad.
Good.
Wait, who is smushing Varic?
Nobody yet. Alright, awesome. Roll me the d20, add your spell modifier, and any bonuses you get.
Give me 1 second. Yay, that's 20.
Hey, well that definitely hits.
The thing is, or can I just leave it at that?
So roll your damage, and can you aim at one of them or more than one?
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock crazy.
It's okay. I've been in communication. I'm okay for another quarter of an hour.
Okay. I didn't want you to get carried away.
Oh.
It's okay. Okay, so Reedoo, roll damage, please.
So, does she get to like multiply things and there's like 30 damage?
You're doing 30 damage to, and is it the big one? Yeah.
Really good.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he exploded.
He did. He exploded. He will quite literally explode, given that amount, the sheer amount that. In fact, he is very nearly knocked under to his original hit points. So this massive guy is. Yes, you do. You can very quickly. You can use your reaction to pull out the umbrella if you like. And you are all splattered with bits of this now giant person. Interestingly enough, as it all rains down over you, you can tell definitely human. Doesn't seem particularly magical from the insides. Arissa sits there with her little kitty cat umbrella going, huh, as some guts and a bit of lung sort of like doof, doof, lands and slides down the side of the umbrella and thud onto the floor. Vitheritas, one of your horns catches a little tendril of flesh and skin, and it just sort of hangs there. And Navinia sort of leaps up and creates a sort of wall of flame in front of you, and you can smell sort of burning, cooking meat as some of the skin and flesh sort of falls into the fire and gets sort of thrown away by her. She actually is going to spin it, so it's going to cover quite a few of you now.
It smells like barbecue.
So
Does it remind me of the smell in the werewolf village?
Yes, it does.
I gag.
Varic would like to take his turn to and it's now the last one's turn. and he is going to raise his bottle to the sky, and he is going to shout, looking at you, Reedoo, by the might of Snafu, wait a minute. Oh, 17. Okay. Reedoo, he is going to lower his bottle, and he's peering intently at you. And he points suddenly, and he says, "Where did you get that?" And he's pointing at your spellbook.
It's none of your business. Why do you care?
That matches the description. Lads! Gold edges, entombed, runic spellbook. That's the Grand Master, that's Snafu's spellbook. Where did you get that?
Can I knock an arrow and just stand ready?
Yep, you can stand ready.
Hey, Risha, why is it to you?
That's our master's spellbook. That's the great and mighty Snafu's spellbook. It's been missing for years. He had it stolen from him in the forest of Risha. Did you steal it from him? If we could return it, we would be great, lads. He'd give us so much more power, can you imagine? And they're moving towards you now.
Wasn't there just one left?
There is 3 left.
3? Oh.
3. There was originally 5.
Oh yeah, and the big one exploded, and there's the one that I can... that's why I'm standing ready.
No, I did not steal this book. It was given to me by someone I seek.
Given to you? Given to you? No, that's not the story we've heard. Our Grand Master, the great and mighty, mystical, marvellous Snafu, he had it stolen from him.
Seems your Grandmaster is not that smart then, if he handed it out and goes to tell other stories after forgetting that he handed it out.
What exactly is he claiming happened?
Well, it's not completely our business to say. You want to know? You should seek him out yourself. Or we could kill you all and take the book to him. Then wouldn't we be Grand Masters? Yes! Thief! 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 And the 3 of them are going to start moving towards you, shouting, "Thief! Thief! Thief!" And one of them, who's sort of taken on the guise of leader, is saying to the others, "We'll take it back to Laley, lads. We'll take it to him. Then he'll be pleased. Yes! Yes, he will. Thief! Thief!" And they're moving in. Yes, you can fire an arrow if you want, Varic.
At the one who's now the leader.
Okay.
He's below...
I'm no thief.
He's below max hit points, right?
Yes.
Is he the only one left?
No, there's 3 of
There's 3
them.
of them left.
So I rolled a 28 to try and hit him. Which is
that
not
will
a natural 20.
that will definitely hit. Yes.
Okay, so it's not a critical. That's a thing there. In that case, yeah, that's about right. I use my poison arrow again.
Okay.
Oh, there's a 1 in there.
Aww.
It's now only 20 points.
Oh no. And you mean the one who is
plus 5, 25. 25, sorry.
Okay, well that's fine. Where are you aiming to hit?
The heart.
Okay. Fatality! KO! With a mighty an arrow goes sailing past you, and with a finds its way just as the leader is saying, and he can't even finish the word thief before he has fallen slumped on his back, an arrow embedded in his heart. You may retrieve the arrow later if you like, because it is still intact, just so you're aware.
In the meantime, I want to say something to the other dude.
Okay.
I suggest you do not call my friends thieves. I suggest you choose now between doing that, what he just did, or running and walking away. I'll give you a fair choice, but let's just not call my friends thieves.
But she is a thief. She stole from our Grand Master, and we must return the book
She's
to him.
not a thief.
And how do you know?
Because I found her with that book.
Oh, you found her
did
after
not
she'd stole
steal
the
it.
book, did you? That don't count
She
for
did
nothing.
not steal it.
How would you know if you found her with it? That don't mean nothing.
I saw what happened.
Did you? Did you really? Then. Tell us what happened.
None of your damn business, mate.
Are you bluffing right now?
I am not actually sure. I thought the story was that I saw bits of it, but not like entirely.
Yeah.
So I'm bluffing for the parts that I didn't see.
I was gonna say you don't. It's not. From what I remember the story, which I've double checked, but you're not completely lying, but you're not 100% sure. But I won't make you roll a deception because you're not lying enough for it to need deception. I won't make Reedoo roll deception either for looking bored but not actually being bored. But yeah, what you're saying is true. From what you remember, you found her with it, and you're trying now to remember bits and pieces. You're like, what happened? But as far as you remember, you're sure that you found her, like having been knocked out, but with the book, and sort of everything else is sort of a bit cobbled together and a little bit sort of hazy. Although the rest of you will now be remembering. If I know, the rest of you will not. Apricity will now be remembering that she did in fact witness Reedoo thieving gold many moons ago. Just saying.
Yeah.
Are you going to call her out?
So, you know. No, because I don't want to... Well, hang on. Do I want her to get hurt?
Did we just get that? Did we not just get the entire speech about, not killing party members and such?
I know.
Oh wait, you slept through that. Actually, not that speech.
As you're talking about her not being a thief, I'm just going to kind of look over to her and raise my up. But I'm not going to...
I stare back at you as if to challenge you to say something.
I'll hold my tongue for now.
So, about this master of yours, where may one find him?
The great, mystical, marvellous, magical snafu. He's in Laley right now. If you're lucky, we can keep you alive and bring you to him.
If you're lucky, you may have a chance to stay on.
If you're lucky, we won't kill you. And they are gonna both gobble down some potions again, both together, and they're both gonna open their mouths as if to breathe fire at you. And
I'll dive in front of a leader, like.
okay, well, only one of them works successfully. The other one coughs and chokes. But the one that does work, he is going to be aiming specifically at Reedoo now. And
I dive in between.
okay, cool. In which case, you take 5 points of fire damage. And yes, you may. What cantrip would you like to use? The flame will still hit Varic, but what cantrip would you like to use, Reedoo?
Sorry, I had something in mind, but then when you said that, I got confused. No, that's not a cantrip, never mind. Can I use Acid Splash on... You said there's 3 of them, right?
Yes. No, there's two.
left.
There's 2 now.
Okay, are they within 5 feet of each other?
Yes. Uh-oh.
That's a lot of the dice. Wait, I did take damage. Do I roll anything from my concentration on my arrows?
Yes. Roll me a concentration check, so roll me a d20.
Straight d20?
Yes.
Fuck, I missed my dice tray and now I lost one on my dice.
Oh dear.
Found it.
Reedoo, what are you doing with your acid splash?
Sorry, I don't think I heard your answer. Are they within 5 feet of each other?
Yes, they are.
I can aim at both of them and they must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 acid damage. Wow, words.
Cool.
Sorry.
Okay. One of them got a 9 and one of them got a 4.
One second. I mean, it hits.
Yes.
Sorry, just double checking.
I'm like 90% sure that'll hit. Yeah.
I'm not really sure how this works. 1d6 acid damage. Does that mean they both take the same damage, or do I roll separately?
They'll both take the same. Yes. If you aim sort of in between them, then just assume it splashes at them both at the same time. Nice. Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. They both sort of jump backwards a couple of feet and sort of say, ow, 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 and they both drop the now empty potion bottles, which smash. And they're going to look at you and say, give us the book. Give us our master's book back. Come on.
No. It's mine. I need it.
Okay, they're both going to make a desperate lunge for you now. One of them going to be shouting, thief! Give us it back! And they're both going to run and try to, like, grapple you to take the book.
Can I try and tackle one? Because I was laying in front of her because I dove in between the fire.
Sure, do a...
And can I move to intercept the other?
Are we even following initiative anymore?
Technically, yes, because the bottom two... Well, the bottom one was underneath, and the other one had just gone to Reedoo. Which would technically it'd be background to Varic and Orissa. So...
Oh, so
Okay, so it works out.
So
Okay, so
it
I
works
get
out
the choice
roughly.
between- So I
Varic,
get the choice between shooting him.
you could try and shoot as he's running towards you, or you could intercept the grapple. The Theritas, you can use a reaction to like jump in front if you want as well.
I'll shoot one.
Alright, cool.
Can I use a reaction to put myself directly next to Reedoo?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do that.
Yeah, don't if they run past them, they both get attack opportunity on them.
Yeah, if they go past you, yes.
Wait, so if they run past me, so I get the chance to shoot him on my turn.
Technically,
and then if he runs past
technically
me, I
this one's running at you, Varic, because you're right in front of Reedoo, who is standing around just looking bored.
yeah.
It would count as running at you as well, but you can shoot him as he's coming towards you, yes. And the Theritas, your attack of opportunity, so you can attack the other one, yes. So Varic, you can roll to shoot, and the Theritas, you can roll to attack. 24 hits, yes. They're not really wearing armor.
20 plus.
They're not really wearing armor, so quite a low AC.
Wait, my elemental arrows were stopped. Was it? I had a 5 for concentration.
In which case, no.
So I don't have my elemental arrows.
No, your concentration will have broken at that point.
Okay. In that case, it's... Oh, I rolled really high with those.
Burn buddies got 24 each.
I'm trying to math my way through this. 21. Plus my 5 for dexterity. 26 damage.
26 damage. Okay, that one is a
I
goner.
rolled near max damage.
That one is completely a goner. Where are you aiming?
Let's go for the
balls.
Oh yeah, balls. Balls. Is
Okay.
a good
And also, Verti, you have definitely hit as well. You can roll your damage. Okay, so as you fire, you aim through the bollocks, and it goes up and comes out the other side of his belly button, but at the back. So like just through the other, one side of his spine. And he starts to bleed out very quickly, loses consciousness, and falls face first onto the ground, pushing the arrow further into his now swollen, exploded bollocks. 4 damage
So
from
it's basically a
Theratas.
now.
Yes, pretty much. That arrow is very splintered and broken, though, so you won't be able to retrieve that one later. Just FYI.
Yes.
Okay,
So right now
the
there's
final
just
one
arrow retrievable.
is now in front of the Theratas, who I believe has taken a mighty swing with a hammer.
Yep.
Yep, who has taken a mighty swing with his hammer and thwacked him in the balls. Is that?
Balls.
Hey, was that a where is that?
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. I'm going to do another handed sling.
He does an uphanded uppercut and lifts him off his feet momentarily and sets him back down on his feet with he's wounded and winded, but still standing before you. And he is going to try to push past you to make a dive for the book. With Veritas, can you give me... Oh, never mind. I was going to make you roll a strength check against him, but he rolled a 1, so never mind. So he's going to wildly try to shove you aside, and he's reaching his hand forward to try and grab the book from Reedoo. But he is going to accidentally interlock his arm with yours as he tries to push you out the way, Veritas, and he's going to instead sort of swing round and into Narvinye, who is still behind you, protecting you, and he's actually going to start to catch on fire. Oh, only for 5 points of damage. But he is now starting to catch on fire, and Orissa, it's now technically your turn.
Okay. I would like to cast Dissonant Whispers on him.
Alrighty! Is that spell or cantrip?
It is a spell.
Spell? Okay, in which case roll me a d20 and add your spell ability modifier and anything else.
We're now torturing the poor guy. We're setting him on fire and attacking him at the same time.
Should we keep him alive and interrogate him?
I think if you ask questions right now, you'll get answers.
Reedoo, is there anything you want to know from these guys? Like your book?
Yeah, I'll hold off. Briefly.
They are completely useless. So, find their master.
He said that he was doing shows in Laley, so I think we'll be able to find him.
I think we got enough that we need.
That's coincidence. We're headed to Laley.
Exactly. So I don't think we need to keep him alive.
In that case, have
As a
at
pet.
it.
Then.
Okay, in which case, you have definitely hit. You get to whisper a distant melody. Do you want to pick any words that will appear in the tune before it starts being reeked with terrible pain? He's going to make...
Is... I dropped my phone and the battery fell out. Great.
Oh no! He's failed his wisdom saving throw, so it's definitely worked. So you can roll the 3d6 psychic damage and say what you would like to say to him.
My phone.
Yeah, by all means, fix the phone.
My nails are too long. I can't do anything. Alright, there we go. Amongst all of the horrible harshness, I didn't throw it, it fell off my lap.
Aww.
That's not what I say. She says, your master is false. Snafu doesn't deserve your worship. etc., etc. Just basically dissing Snafu.
Sick burn, bruh.
Burn. Right, so it's 3d6 of psychic damage, and he must move as far as safely possible. So his defense here. $11 damage.
Okay, he died. KO!
The last thing he hears before he dies is, "Your master is a dick."
I like it. He got barded. Very nice. And as this whisper in his ear, he starts to convulse and clutch his head. And his nose starts bleeding and his ears start bleeding and his head hits the ground. And he is also dead. Cheers, human, says Reedoo. And as you look around at the chaos of strange, random people who've appeared around you, you hear a finger guns. You hear a noise. Just off to the side of you, you hear a noise of someone appearing, and you recognise this noise. And the turning to your side, you see a familiar hooded face.
Oh, is it our friendly neighbourhood assassin?
It's your friendly neighbourhood assassin. And
Hello.
as you greet him, he steps forward, and he has some specks of blood on him. Doesn't look like his, and he's looking slightly haggard, as if he's been awake for a long time. But he has an air of interest about him, and I believe he has something quick to say to you.
You look like you need a spa day.
Someone say torture or mention it at all? Well, good. Follow me.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
And
This could go two ways.
that is where we're going to leave it for this evening, on that potentially terrible note. I will-
really threaten. Really fun.
Everyone shout Tatty Bear to the recording, and I shall say hello afterwards. So thank you for watching and playing.